SREB project-based learning incorporates 6 powerful practices. This video will focus on one of those practices: engaging community partners through co-planning, mentoring students through the process, and attending final presentations as an authentic audience.
More of something. But if she's using the communication device and she's got an iPhone.
Through co-planning with teachers on their PBL unit, community partners can provide an authentic connection between content knowledge and where it will be used in the world beyond school.
With the sounds, if we did, the closer she got to an object that she wasn't supposed to hit, the noise could get louder.
Yeah.
To the point.
Go Baby Go was a project that was brought up by Kristen. She is an OT at a local hospital here. So they brought it to us, the therapeutic services at the Wood County Tech Center, to give recommendations for safety for therapeutic standpoints so that we could help these children in being more independent as they grow and being able to do more things on their own.
Once they remove this,
Put it like
they're envisioning removing, this comes out also.
So a local physical therapist, someone that I know, she asked me to get involved and help her build a car. She actually sent me an email with some video about the project, and I spent the time watching that video in my office actually here. And I ended up shutting the door and cried because of just how powerful the message was.
With the planning process, working as a physical therapist in an outpatient type of setting, I have a list of patients on my caseload that could benefit and have benefited from this project.
Right, so he almost needs held up and back a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna have like a support, plastic support.
My role is basically saying, this is who I would love to have part of this project as a participant of Go Baby Go during this session. And from there, I consult with the students and teachers and everyone who is involved with Go Baby Go to really make the car work for that specific child.
Community partners can support students throughout a PBL by providing expert content knowledge relating to the problem, working with students as consultants in a project, or providing feedback on student solutions to the problem.
Just right here where she won't. I think they've really been thinking about Gracie a lot, and I love that they got to meet her and see her, and she's always going to be in their mind when they're making this car.
I look for them to take, the ideas we give them and stuff and, add to the car and transform it and make it into something really great.
So I know that we had mentioned a bumbo seat to help with her trunk support and hip support between the legs. Will that be included?
Yes, I believe we did look into that, and I think that we have a decent amount of room left in our budget, and I think we could. Yeah.
Cool. Posture and alignment, trunk alignment are key to any arm function and head function. And so if you can keep in mind that there's plenty of options as far as foam to really get her seated in a good position where her bottom is her good foundation.
Right.
That's not going to slouch forward and around.
Like even if we put it right here where the seat is divided, we could have that support between her legs still.
Okay.
So
you can see that they want any information that we can provide them to make this successful. It's not just something that they're going to piecemeal together. They really, really want this to work out to the best benefit of her, for Gracie, or for any child in this project.
In the presentation, we also want to talk a little bit about our timeline for the Tri-State Water Wars.
Yeah.
Having students present their work to an authentic audience increases their motivation to produce their highest quality work. The community partners can also extend the learning by providing feedback connected to content knowledge.
So today is about 2/3 through a project. So now it's time to get out of that peer group and you can get some other feedback, because maybe your peers are too friendly, maybe if you need a fresh voice, a fresh set of eyes. So today we had a grad student from Georgia Tech, a professional in civil engineering, and 2 other administrators from our system. So the kids are put on the spot. Give me 2 minutes, what do you got for your pitch? Here's the general rhythm that we like for the presentations. You got about 2 minutes to present. You're gonna screw up, it's not gonna be perfect, right? And so then they're gonna have a couple minutes to just give you, and you don't all have to, but if you have some point you thought, a good strong point, but also a point, a critique, a suggestion. You ready? Go.
So what our project is we decided to take an analysis of the tri-state water wars involving the states of Georgia, Alabama, and Florida. And basically, Georgia has been taking water and increasing amounts of water to sustain their rapidly growing population. And this has been negatively affecting Alabama's nuclear power plants and Florida's marine populations.
So the project from the beginning, our teachers took us to the Atlanta Botanical Gardens and they told us about what areas would be more prone to flooding. So we kind of got an idea that our next project was going to be based on water and like kind of how to mitigate the effects of flooding. It specifically says on page 2 of the bill right now, it says under like other funds, it'll say like not specifically identified. And so that's areas where we can put water conservation methods into use.
And that's about 2.5 minutes, so nice job. Is there any major points you didn't get to?
The main purpose of the bill is to really mitigate water usage in Georgia by creating a bill in Georgia, but also so that it helps other states. So yeah, instead of taking an engineering look at it, we took a more political look at it.
When me as a teacher, I'm looking for mine and our other teachers looking for their core content, but really the outside people and their opinions are really the practice for the kids to find that flaw, to stumble a bit in their presentation.
I went through undergraduate and grad school, and only really in undergraduate and grad school did I do presentations of this kind of technical level. So I think it's tremendous that high school level students are tackling these kind of issues, but also learning things like, all right, how do I manage my time? How do I formulate a solution to a problem and actually present it so that it's understandable? Because those are all critical things. From a civil engineering standpoint, I believe there is probably a model. They call it a dam break analysis that you have to do on major Category 1 dams, which that would be a Category 1. So there may be some information out there that you can research. And a Category 1 is basically if there's a potential for loss of life downstream of the dam. Okay. So if that did fail, what's downstream of it, what would be impacted? So they'd have to do a major study on that now.
Anything else before we move on to the next?
So I think we did really well as a group. We did kind of miss the historical background.
And then we can also do the environmental impact study on Lake Lanier as well.
Yeah. We finished a 3D modeling.
No, not yet.
Yeah, we finished that too.
I was very excited for like the feedback we were gonna get. Even though like I knew this project would be like good, it just have something to like build off of.
I decided to come today, one, because I am a graduate of the high school. I was in the CDAP program when it was here, so it's great to come back and reconnect. I was approached by Mr. Riley because I was commenting on a Facebook post about like pollution and stuff in water. So it's just an issue that I think is very important and students need to learn about.
Yeah, of course, when you bring in somebody from the outside, it makes all the difference. We all know that teachers become like an aunt or uncle after about a month. Like blah, blah, whatever, we're no longer impressive. So yeah, as soon as you bring in somebody, it could be an administrative assistant at a video game company. It doesn't matter, they're from a video game company.
Thinking about advice for those teachers, I would have to say, I would imagine being a business professional that you might not want to go to a high school because you don't think that they're going to offer solutions or be at an advanced enough stage to have a conversation, but they are, and we're showing that now. So.
Probably within their classroom, with their students, there are probably parents that would be more than willing to come in and dedicate a little bit of time, even reaching out to business leaders. There are people like the owner of my company, Taylor Anderson, is on the city of Sugar Hill. He's a council member. So there's lots of different ways of approaching it than just maybe reaching out cold to certain industries.
And I would encourage those teachers to leverage their local school advisory board, the career and technical ed office at their district level, because as I'm learning, everybody has a network. And you may not have the right person or think you have the right contact, but somebody else does. Folks in the industry and community are willing to come into the schools. They just generally need to be asked. So reach out to other people who have other networks to seek those folks who are willing to come in and help.
I think that would be very helpful.
When these kids know that they can meet somebody real, but also that we see it so valuable, so genuinely valuable, that we're going to take our time to invite them in, they appreciate our pride in them.